Hi Care Bears and families, welcome back. It's Mrs. Ang here. This week I want to show you the whole selection of children's book that we've been reading in class that your child loves, and that are some of the books selections that you can choose when you go to the local library or the bookstore. Take some of these books home and read it with them over the holidays and do a little bit of activities with them. Are you ready? Okay, first of all, I'm sure your little one has gone home and they've said something like this. I'll run and I'll run as fast as I can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. Yes, we've been reading the Gingerbread Man, and not just one, not just two, not just three, but many, many, many different versions of them. So I'll show you some of the books that we've read at school, and you feel free to pick other different versions that I didn't mention, because it is important for them to know that sometimes the same story can be retold in many different ways. And that's exactly what we're working on. We're working on retelling stories. This one is the one that we always start with, and it's the one that's retold by Eric A. Kimmel. And this is a lovely way to start the story because this is the most basic, standard traditional form of the Gingerbread Man story. You can compare them to other kinds of Gingerbread Man story and look at the characters and the setting and compare how they are different or the same. Sometimes you'll see stories, the Gingerbread Man story, that ends differently. Also, there are spin-off or variation of the Gingerbread Man series. This one is The Gingerbread Kid Goes to School. Talks about the gingerbread kid that goes around in a school setting, meeting different people that are in the school. So you can talk about the characters that are in the school. They love the Gingerbread Girl. It's a nice variation from the Gingerbread Man story, and the ending might surprise you. And then we also have Jan Brett's version of the story, The Gingerbread Baby and The Gingerbread Friends. And at the end of the Gingerbread Friends book, you can actually see that there's a big pull-out picture of the Gingerbread Friends party. Some of the activities that we do with the children includes retelling. So that means we'll go through the pictures and we'll say, what happened first? And then what happened? Who did they see? So these are some of the key words that you might want to use at home. First, second, third, and then, after that, finally. So these are important words that you can use and reinforce them. You can talk about the characters in the story. Characters are the people or things that the story is about. You can talk about the setting in the story. So the setting of this story is in the suburbs. The setting of this story is in a village. The setting of this story is in a school. So these are all really literarily enriching vocabularies and things to do with your little ones. And they love to pretend to be the little Gingerbread Man and stand up and run and say the Gingerbread Man's favorite phrase. Another book that we've read, this is one of my personal favorite for over the holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, it doesn't have anything to do with the religion or the Christmas holiday at all. In fact, it's about some of the attitude or values that are explained in children-friendly form. I would suggest you read this story in a couple of days rather than all in one go, because it's a lot of information to go together. So what I do with them is I say, this little girl or little boy is going to make some cookies at home with mom and with friends. And these are some of the things and the lessons that she's learned. So in the book, it talks about words like tradition, words like appreciative. So appreciative means, thank you so much for taking the time to bake with me. So it puts the big concepts, the abstract concept, into a practical, everyday life terms for little ones to understand. And the one that I really focus on is responsible. It means you ask me to put away the cookie cutters and you can count on me to do it. So we can tell your little one responsible means I can count on you to do your job. Thank you very much for sharing these books with me this week. Next week, we're going to talk about some of the holiday activities that you can do at home over the 2-week break. Some of the fun things, some of the things that might have to do with literacy or math or gross motor, fine motor things you can do at home with them. All right, see you next week. Bye-bye.